Most people don't realize their kidneys are failing until the damage is already done. There's no sharp pain, no dramatic warning, just subtle signs that are easy to ignore, fatigue that lingers, swelling that comes and goes, lab numbers that quietly drift in the wrong direction. And by the time those signs are taken seriously, the kidneys may already be under irreversible stress. That's what makes kidney decline so dangerous. It doesn't announce itself, it waits. I'm Dr. Richard Hale, and after years of working with patients facing rising creatinine protein in the urine and the looming fear of dialysis, I can tell you this with certainty. Kidney damage doesn't usually start with a medical emergency. It starts with small daily choices that seem harmless at the time. What you eat, how you hydrate, what your body is forced to filter day after day, year after year. Here's the alarming truth. Once kidney function drops below a certain threshold, modern medicine can slow the decline, but it cannot fully reverse it. That means prevention isn't optional, it's critical. And yet many people focus on the wrong things. They chase expensive supplements, extreme diets, or one-size-fits-all advice, while overlooking some of the most powerful tools already sitting in their kitchen. And this is where the story changes. Because some of the smallest foods you eat, foods most people underestimate or use incorrectly, can either quietly support your kidneys or silently push them closer to failure. Seeds are a perfect example. Tiny, ordinary, often misunderstood. But when chosen carefully and used the right way, certain seeds can help reduce inflammation, improve waste removal, stabilize blood pressure, and take real pressure off your kidneys over time. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 4 specific seeds that matter, why they work, who they're safe for, and the critical mistakes that turn healthy foods into hidden risks. Stay with me until the end, because the final seed is one many Americans eat regularly, and using it the wrong way could be doing far more harm than good. Let's start with the seed that most people think they understand, but almost everyone is using the wrong way: flax seeds. On the surface, flax seeds look simple, even boring. Tiny brown seeds you sprinkle on food and forget about. But inside the body, flax seeds don't work on the kidneys directly at first. They work somewhere far more important, and that's where most people miss the point. A few years ago, I worked with a man in his late 60s. His blood pressure was fairly controlled, he wasn't diabetic, and yet his creatinine kept creeping up. Every visit, the numbers were a little worse. He kept asking the same question: what am I doing wrong? The answer wasn't dramatic. It wasn't salt. It wasn't protein. It was that his digestive system was sluggish, inflamed, and overloaded with waste that kept circulating back into his bloodstream. And every time that happened, his kidneys had to filter it again and again. This is where flax seeds quietly changed the equation. Flax seeds are one of the richest natural sources of soluble fiber, and fiber is not about digestion alone. Fiber is about waste exit speed. When waste moves slowly through the gut, toxins have more time to re-enter the bloodstream. That forces the kidneys to work harder day after day. Studies consistently show that higher fiber intake is associated with lower inflammation markers, improved lipid profiles, and reduced kidney workload, especially in older adults. But fiber isn't the only reason flax seeds matter. Flax seeds are also rich in ALA omega-3 fatty acids, which play a critical role in reducing chronic low-grade inflammation. Inflammation is one of the most underestimated drivers of kidney decline. According to multiple nutrition and cardiovascular studies, omega-3s help protect blood vessels, improve circulation, and support oxygen delivery to kidney tissue. Better blood flow means healthier filtration over time. Now here's the part most people never hear, and this is where good intentions go wrong. Whole flax seeds often pass straight through the body undigested. Their outer shell is too hard. That means if you're eating them whole, you're missing most of the benefits. The omega-3s, the lignans, the fiber, it's all locked inside. This is why nutrition experts consistently recommend ground flax seeds, not whole ones. Lignans deserve special mention here. Flax seeds are one of the richest dietary sources of these plant antioxidants. Lignans help reduce oxidative stress, lower LDL cholesterol, and support healthier blood pressure, all factors directly tied to kidney protection. Flax seeds also provide magnesium and vitamin B1 nutrients involved in nerve signaling, muscle relaxation, and vascular stability, which again reduces strain on kidney filtration. The practical takeaway is simple but powerful. 1 to 2 tablespoons of ground flax seeds per day, paired with adequate hydration, is enough to deliver benefits without overwhelming the system. Flax seeds are also relatively low in oxalates, making them a safer option for people concerned about calcium, oxalate kidney stones compared to many other seeds. But understanding flax seeds alone isn't enough, because there's another seed that works very differently, absorbs water aggressively, and can either support your kidneys or stress them depending on how you use it. And that's where the next part becomes critical. If flax seeds work quietly by helping waste leave the body faster, chia seeds work in a very different and much more aggressive way. Chia seeds don't just pass through your system. They interact with water, expand, and physically change how digestion and hydration behave inside your body. And that's exactly why they can either support your kidneys or stress them depending on how they're used. I remember a woman in her early 70s who proudly told me she added chia seeds to everything. Smoothies, yogurt, even dry, sprinkled on salads. She believed she was doing everything right, but she kept struggling with bloating, fatigue, and worsening kidney labs. When we looked closer, the issue wasn't the chia seeds themselves. It was how she was consuming them. Dry, rushed, and without enough water. Her kidneys were paying the price. Chia seeds are one of the most fiber-dense foods on the planet. Just 1 tablespoon contains a massive amount of soluble fiber, which helps slow digestion and stabilize blood sugar. Stable blood sugar matters because sharp glucose spikes increase inflammation and place extra strain on kidney filtration. Research consistently shows that better glycemic control and higher fiber intake are associated with slower kidney function decline, especially in older adults. Chia seeds are also rich in omega-3 fatty acids, similar to flax seeds, which help reduce chronic inflammation. Inflammation is a silent driver behind rising creatinine and protein leakage in the urine. Health research links omega-3 intake to improve vascular function, meaning better blood flow to the kidneys and more efficient filtration over time. Chia seeds also provide magnesium and manganese minerals involved in blood pressure regulation and muscle relaxation, 2 factors that directly influence kidney workload. But here's where chia seeds become dangerous when misunderstood. Chia seeds can absorb up to 15 times their weight in water. When eaten dry, they pull fluid from the digestive tract. That can lead to dehydration, constipation, and digestive blockage. Dehydration alone is enough to temporarily spike creatinine levels and force the kidneys into a stress response. Over time, repeated dehydration episodes quietly accelerate kidney decline. This is why preparation matters more than popularity. Chia seeds must be soaked in water for at least 10 to 15 minutes before consumption, or added only to foods that already contain sufficient liquid like oatmeal or yogurt. And hydration throughout the day is non-negotiable. Fiber without water doesn't protect the kidneys, it burdens them. Portion size is another critical factor most people ignore. While chia seeds are healthy, they do contain phosphorus and oxalates, which can accumulate if consumed excessively. For kidney support, most experts recommend about 1 tablespoon per day. That amount delivers benefits without pushing mineral intake into risky territory. People with a history of kidney stones or advanced chronic kidney disease can still include chia seeds, but only with strict moderation and proper hydration. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many people unknowingly turn a protective food into a stressor by assuming more is better. And this is a good moment to pause and ask yourself, have you been using chia seeds this way too? If so, leave a comment below. I read everyone, and your experience might help someone else. But even with perfect hydration and portion control, there's another seed that looks harmless, tastes familiar, and is often praised for heart health. Yet for many kidneys, it quietly crosses a dangerous line. And that's where the next part becomes truly eye-opening. After chia seeds, many people assume the next step is simple. Choose something traditional, familiar, and widely praised for heart health. That's where sesame seeds enter the picture. They're everywhere, on bread and sauces, blended into tahini, pressed into oils. For decades, sesame seeds have been promoted as a symbol of healthy eating, and in many ways they are. But when it comes to kidney health, sesame seeds sit right on the edge between benefit and danger. I once worked with a patient who had done everything right. He switched to whole foods, cut processed sugar, used olive oil sparingly, and leaned heavily on tahini and sesame-based meals because he believed they were heart protective. His cholesterol improved, his blood pressure stabilized, but his kidney numbers told a different story. Over time, he developed recurrent kidney stones despite drinking plenty of water. The missing piece wasn't hydration, it was oxalates. Sesame seeds are rich in powerful antioxidants, particularly sesamin and sesamol compounds, shown in studies to reduce inflammation and oxidative stress. These compounds help protect blood vessels, support heart health, and may even slow cellular aging. Some research suggests sesame compounds can improve lipid profiles and reduce LDL cholesterol, which indirectly benefits kidney circulation. From a cardiovascular standpoint, sesame seeds look impressive. But kidneys don't respond to nutrition the same way the heart does. Sesame seeds are extremely high in oxalates, a compound that binds with calcium to form calcium. Oxalate kidney stones, the most common type of kidney stone. For people with a history of stones, sesame seeds are not a neutral food. They are a trigger. Even small, frequent amounts can quietly increase stone risk over time. Beyond oxalates, sesame seeds are also high in phosphorus, a mineral that becomes increasingly dangerous as kidney function declines. In people with stage 3 to stage 5 chronic kidney disease, excess phosphorus contributes to bone loss, vascular calcification, and accelerated kidney damage. The kidneys simply cannot clear phosphorus efficiently once filtration drops below a certain level. What looks like a healthy fat choice on the surface can become a long-term burden internally. There's another layer most people overlook. Sesame seeds contain phytates compounds that interfere with mineral absorption. While roasting sesame seeds can reduce phytates slightly, it does nothing to remove oxalates or phosphorus. That means preparation alone cannot make sesame seeds kidney safe for everyone. So what's the right approach? For individuals with healthy kidneys and no history of stones, sesame seeds can be used occasionally, typically no more than 1 to 2 tablespoons per day as part of a balanced diet. For those with kidney stones, sesame seeds should be avoided or used only in very small amounts, ideally paired with calcium-rich foods to help bind oxalates in the gut before they reach the kidneys. And for anyone with advanced kidney disease, sesame seeds should only be included after consulting a renal dietitian, if at all. This is where many people get stuck. They assume that if something is good for the heart, it must be good for the kidneys. But the kidneys play by different rules. And understanding those rules can mean the difference between protection and progression. And just when it seems like seeds are more risk than reward, there's one final seed often overlooked, often underestimated, that can either overload the kidneys or actively protect their most delicate filtering units. And that's where the final part of this story becomes truly critical. After learning how sesame seeds can quietly cross the line from helpful to harmful, many people start to feel unsure. One seed supports the heart but stresses the kidneys. Another improves digestion but demands perfect hydration. And that uncertainty is exactly why the final seed matters so much. Because pumpkin seeds reveal a deeper truth about kidney health, even the right food can become the wrong choice if the dose is ignored. I once worked with a man in his early 70s who struggled with rising creatinine and frequent nighttime urination. He wasn't eating fast food. He wasn't careless. In fact, every evening he relaxed with what he believed was a healthy snack, salted pumpkin, seeds eaten straight from the bag. He thought they supported his prostate and bladder, and in theory, pumpkin seeds do offer real benefits. But the way he consumed them was slowly working against his kidneys. Pumpkin seeds are rich in zinc, magnesium, and vitamin E nutrients that support tissue repair, immune balance, and protection against oxidative stress. Zinc helps with cellular healing, while magnesium plays a critical role in blood pressure regulation and preventing abnormal calcium buildup in blood vessels and kidney tissue. Research consistently links adequate magnesium intake to a lower risk of vascular calcification, one of the silent drivers of kidney decline. They also contain powerful antioxidants, including tocopherols and carotenoids, which help protect the nephron, the kidney's delicate filtering unit, from oxidative damage. When oxidative stress accumulates, these filters gradually lose efficiency. By reducing that stress, pumpkin seeds can help preserve kidney function over time. Some studies also associate pumpkin seed intake with improved blood sugar control and reduced low-grade inflammation, both of which ease the workload placed on the kidneys. Another benefit often overlooked is urinary support. Pumpkin seeds have been shown to improve bladder and prostate function, particularly in older men. Better urinary flow reduces pressure within the urinary tract, which indirectly lowers back pressure on the kidneys. Less resistance downstream means less strain upstream, and that connection matters more than most people realize. But here's where the balance breaks. Pumpkin seeds are high in phosphorus and potassium. Just 2 tablespoons can deliver more than 300 milligrams of phosphorus and over 200 milligrams of potassium. For people with healthy kidneys, that may be manageable. But for those with chronic kidney disease, these minerals accumulate quickly. Excess phosphorus accelerates bone loss and vascular damage, while excess potassium can disrupt heart rhythm when kidney clearance is impaired. Sodium makes the problem worse. Most store-bought pumpkin seeds are heavily salted, and sodium is one of the fastest ways to raise blood pressure and kidney stress. In my patient's case, once he reduced his intake to 1 tablespoon, switched to unsalted seeds, and used them as a topping rather than a snack, his nighttime urination eased, and his lab values stabilize. So pumpkin seeds are not the enemy. Misuse is. For people with healthy kidneys, small portions can support overall wellness. For those on a renal diet, pumpkin seeds should never be eaten by the handful. They must be used intentionally, sparingly, and without added salt. But knowing this still isn't the full picture, because the real turning point comes from how these small choices add up over time, quietly deciding whether your kidneys stay resilient or move closer to a line that can't be crossed back. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, it's this: your kidneys are not fragile by default, but they are honest. They respond day after day to how you treat them. Not with sudden pain or loud warnings, but with quiet signals that add up over time. And the fact that you're still here listening to this tells me you care enough to protect them before it's too late. You don't need extreme diets. You don't need fear-based rules. What you need is awareness, consistency, and the confidence to make small, smart choices that work with your body instead of against it. Whether it's how you use seeds, how you hydrate, or how you balance minerals, these decisions may feel minor in the moment, but together they shape the future of your kidney health. If this video helped you understand your kidneys a little better, save it. Not just for today, but for the moments when you need a reminder of what truly matters. And if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, every week we share clear science-based guidance to help you protect your kidneys, manage lab numbers, and make sense of medical information without confusion or fear. This channel exists to support you, not overwhelm you. I also want to hear from you. If something in this video felt familiar, or if you've been struggling with kidney concerns, leave a comment below. I read them all, and your question may help someone else feel less alone. Here's the hopeful truth. Many people don't realize they can slow kidney decline or even stabilize it until they're already far down the road. You're not there. You're learning. You're paying attention. And that alone puts you in a stronger position than you might think. Take care of your kidneys today. They work for you every single day, and with the right choices, they can keep doing that for years to come.